Hey guys, what's going on? It's Eli back with another review video, and of course for the weekend, and that's right, my part 2 review of the Book of Boba Fett. These two episodes we had recently got, episodes 3 and 4, probably have to be my two favorite episodes for sure. Chapter 3, The Streets of Mos Espa, and Chapter 4, The Gathering Storm. Now, in Chapter 3, which, of course, we're talking about first, Boba must, deal with two very different threats. Now, in this one, I thought it was actually pretty good. I feel like, because, this one's been kind of it's been mutual, but I love this episode. In this one, because for one thing, we get an appearance of Stephen Root. It's awesome to see him in Star Wars and in live action. He comes in and, tells Boba that these bikers, this biker gang is stealing water from him, and this biker gang the biker gang in this episode in the show. I love these guys. These are some pretty cool characters, and Sophie Thatcher, who plays one of the bikers, and I do remember a while back hearing that she was going to be coming into Star Wars, somewhere in Star Wars, either The Mandalorian or the Book of Boba Fett, and thus it's the Book of Boba Fett. So she's one of the bikers, and this was quick. They joined Boba Fett. They joined Boba Fett in his palace, and they are loyal to him, that's nice. And just like how the Gamorrean guards are, and everybody else that's in the palace. Boba Fett's flashbacks, after he leaves the Tusken Raiders and he goes off and he makes his way into Mos Eisley, and by the way, we do get a cameo. We don't actually see her up close, but a cameo of what's-her-face in The Mandalorian, in the droids. That, we're in The Mandalorian, Chapter 5 of Season 1, and in Chapter 1 and 2 of Season 2. So they walk by. Boba meets up with the Pikes, and their meeting goes pretty well, no fighting or gunfire or anything, and later on Boba Fett goes back to where the Tusken Raiders are. Pretty much the entire Tusken Raiders, the Sand People that he knew and so on, they're dead, obliterated and such, and he puts a funeral procession, a ceremony, on set, making a fire. It's quite emotional for sure, the Tusken Raiders he knew and helped him, just dead and murdered by those Niktos that he fought in, I think it was, Chapter 2. Yeah, that's right. And anyways, and even say, Boba Fett and Bacta Tank. Did I say that right? Bacta Tank? Yeah, I think so. Black Chrysanthemum literally shows up out of nowhere and he attacks Boba. And the biker gang and the Gamorrean guards, they come in to Boba Fett's aid, stopping Black Chrysanthemum, and then Fennec comes in at one point and opens the hatch to the Rancor pit, and, there's no Rancor, but Black Chrysanthemum, he gets trapped in there until the next day when the Hutts, Jabba's cousins, they come in and they help, they confront Boba, and this was really cool. The Rancor handler, because Boba gets a Rancor, and the Rancor handler, the Rancor keeper as he's titled, played by Danny Trejo, I hope I said that last name right. It's awesome seeing him in Star Wars. He fits in Star Wars for sure. So, he's the Rancor keeper and, the Wrangler, I guess you can say, and, hopefully, he is there, in Jabba's palace some more, you know what I'm saying? Becomes part of the family in the palace, and Boba, you know what I'm saying? And, I think it was obvious, when the Hutts, confronted Boba, it was obvious, they were probably lying, and Black Chrysanthemum was let go of, and, and even, say, the biker gang, there was this cool, I like two things from this episode. One, the fight between, Black Chrysanthemum and everybody in Jabba's palace, and two, I almost bit 3 fingers. 2, the bike chase. The biker gang chasing that one Twi'lek, That was a cool sequence. And it ends with, the biker gang, keeping an eye on the Pikes. And, Episode 3 I thought was really good, and now let's come to Chapter 4, which being, The Gathering Storm. There's a lot of flashback going on in this episode. This leads to where Boba rescues Fennec. We now see it, and when Fennec is restored and healed because of mechanics, and they go to Jabba's palace, they retrieve the Slave One, droids that they fight against, including one droid where he commits droid suicide by deactivating himself. God. Well, that was easy for him. Like, I'll do it myself. That's basically how to put it. And up to when he's got the Slave One, he gets revenge on killing the Niktos, and then he goes back to the Sarlacc pit in the Slave One, seeing if he can find his armor in there, which technically, no, it's not there. The Jawas took it from him, when he got out. And the Sarlacc pit, there was a jump scare right there. When the Sarlacc pit wakes up, pulls in the Slave One, and then Fennec, trying to push the button, she unbuckles her seatbelt, turns on the button. When I saw this, I was like, oh my gosh, like, activating the seismic charge, yeah. And the Sarlacc was screwed, and of course it killed the Sarlacc, and yeah, Boba didn't find his armor in there, and and that's kind of where, to wrap up with the flashbacks, and what we see, in Season 2 of The Mandalorian. He kills Bib Fortuna, claims the throne, there you go. And even say we cut to Black Chrysanthemum, he's back, he fights off against, he starts it, he breaks all hell, attacking the lizards. He probably has a problem with them, and then Boba hires Black Chrysanthemum, and that I think it was obvious that, Black Chrysanthemum should join Boba's family, and of course he does. Boba comes to negotiations with those who once served with Jabba the Hutt, who made a negotiation, I guess, and were with Jabba. Now they're with Boba, and to help him fight off against the Pikes. And it's teased, right before the episode ends, we hear a bit of Din Djarin's theme of The Mandalorian. Da-na-na-na, na-na-na-na. That means we could be getting Din Djarin, a.k.a. Mando, in the Book of Boba Fett. So that'll be awesome. Okay, but with all that being said, the Book of Boba Fett, Chapters 3 and 4, The Streets of Mos Espa, and The Gathering Storm were great episodes. I loved them. They were fantastic. So that's part 2 of my review of the Book of Boba Fett. I can't wait for part 3. What's going to happen for part 3 is this. I am going to review the last 3 episodes. There's 3 episodes left, and that's what I'm going to do. For part 3, which will be the third and final part, I'll be reviewing the last 3 episodes. So stay tuned for that. So again, thank you for watching my part 2 review of the Book of Boba Fett. I hope you guys enjoyed. More reviews coming your way. They're going to be awesome. Keep looking forward. And I'll see you guys in the next video/review. Take care, and peace out. And may the Force be with you. Almost forgot to mention.